Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Claire and this is Polly Put the Petal On, and it's absolutely lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me today. And today's video is slightly different from what I usually do, but I am enjoying more and more sitting down and I don't know, I did the bra fitting one, I did my HRT one, and this is about yoga. You'll have seen it by the thumbnail, and it's yoga with Adriene, who is on YouTube. She's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and then I'm going to, I did 30 days of yoga with Adriene, and then I'm going to tell you what happened. I have got some before pictures, well, day 1 pictures, video. I've got day 15, I've got day 30, I did have day 60, but I deleted it somehow, and I've got today, which is day 156 for me today. That's not every day, but we'll get to that as we go on. I've been doing this since February. I think it was something like February the 8th. And yeah, like I say, I'm on day 156 of yoga. To me, yoga is, well, to everybody, I think it's mind, body, spirit. It's meditation, it's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, and it really is beneficial. It really is. So I suffer fibromyalgia, and I suffer from a genetic heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and I can't go to the gym and lift unless I think I would need cardiac rehab. I have a defibrillator also in my chest, just in case you're new to the channel, and so I think I would need cardiac rehab which is nurse led, that would allow me to know how far I could push myself. Either, running, I'd be too scared to be honest. My heart condition, you can go into cardiac arrest if you raise the heart rate too high, hence defibrillator and pacemaker in my chest. So I was really stuck, I really was. And then and I've been diagnosed with this since 2015, and they said to me dog walking is fine, and that's about it really. But they did mention yoga. That was my first cardiologist. I've had a few cardiologists, and I have 2 cardiologists all the time, but the heart muscle cardiologist does change from time to time. So the first lady said to me, you can do dog walking and that's just about enough for you, and get some weight off. She wasn't being rude, she said, I only want you to lose half a stone. So I thought, right, okay. But yoga was mentioned. And then I think I'd subscribed to Adriene, her channel, years before. And then I was diagnosed with, I got poorly in 2019, and 18 months later I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which I battled against. I lead quite a sedentary life because of that, and so I was talking to my GP, and I said, I'm worried, I really am worried about the effects of my sedentary lifestyle, my future health, what's going to happen. I'm just sitting here, I'm stagnating really in my own self. And I was worried, and he mentioned yoga, and I thought, here's that yoga name again, that yoga thing again. So I thought, I'm going to start looking into it. So this was in last summer, and I thought, oh well, we have a yoga place that teaches yoga once a week just up the road from me, and I thought, well, I'll join that. But it was too late. They'd started a new session and I had to wait till September. It was either September or October, and it was going to cost £89 for 6 weeks. And I thought, you know what, I just don't think so. I'm not going to pay that. And plus the fact, I didn't want to look stupid going into a yoga class and not knowing anything about it. And it's that law of attraction, isn't it? Adriene, who I'd subscribed to years before, popped up on my homepage on YouTube, and I thought, oh yeah. So I gave her a look and I gave her a watch, and I watched a few of her videos, and I thought, wow, yeah, you know, I will give it a go. And so in February this year, I accepted, Adriene had started, and I think she does it every year, Adriene had started a 30-day challenge, yoga challenge, and she starts on day 0, believe it or not. And it's you know, it's a little bit of a mellow pep talk really, day 0, and then on day 1, you know, you get to it, but you're not thrown in with her. You're really not thrown in. It's fabulous, it really is, and that she eases you into it. And they do say, don't they, that if you do 30 days of something, you know, for 30 days, you know, you'll adapt it to your lifestyle. And I have. I set my alarm to make that time to do. You know, people say, oh, I haven't got time to do it. Well, make time. You know, set an alarm, you know, an hour before or anything. The benefits of yoga for me have been profound. They really have. And I'm going to be putting some before and after videos up for you. I don't know where I'm going to slot them in, but they will come in I'll overlay them over the top of this video, and you'll be able to see. It's not just physically though, it's been mentally and emotionally, and I feel mellow. I do. And in those times where I don't feel mellow, you know, I go to the mat. I get my mat out, and it doesn't matter, you know, even those days of fibromyalgia where I am suffering, it doesn't stop me getting the mat out. I can be in pain because it's not all physical. There is, you know, there's your meditation, and the meditation side of it is fantastic. It really is. I used to sit and think, how the hell does anybody meditate? You know, I just didn't understand meditation. You know, I really didn't. And this lady, Adriene, really does take you into probably into yourself, but into something, into a certain space where nothing matters. You know, you are just focused, and you are meditating. So I've written some notes because there's a lot of benefits that I have seen physically and mentally and emotionally with me. Yeah, so like I say, I'm on day 156. That's not been every day, because there is days where I can't do it at all. You know, so I don't force anything. And I generally know the day before when I'm about to go into a flare, because I can't get my balance on the mat. And I think, what the hell is wrong with me? And then the next day it explains it, that I've gone into a flare. What I will say to you though is, one of the benefits that I've noticed is the general day-to-day aches and pains. I'm 53. So general day-to-day aches and pains, for instance, sitting down for a period of time and then getting up. Normally I would get up and go, oh, you know, and I'd be creaking and cracking. And it'd take me to get to the kitchen for me to, you know, for me to feel well-oiled sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, that wasn't the case at all. Even to get up the stairs, I was really struggling. So I would say your general aches and pains, it's really helped. The fibro pain, no, I still suffer really bad fibro pain, but with not having the other general aches and pains, you know, that has helped in that respect. You know, I'm still suffering with the fibromyalgia, but it has helped that I'm not suffering with any of the other stuff, you know, the getting up, the creaking, the stiffness and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to start off. I started off on day 0, which was quite a lovely pep talk. I will just say this about Adrienne as well. She has got the most calming, relaxed, smooth voice that you just want to listen to her. And there's only her in the room, sort of thing, and she's the only one that matters. And while she's talking to you, you know, as a viewer, you're the only one that matters to her. She reassures you. She knows where you're clenching. I think she's magic. I really do. She knows where you're clenching, and she'll say, relax your shoulders or relax your jaw, tension out your forehead. She's honestly, she's absolutely fantastic. And she always thanks us for being there at the end. And I silently thank her for being there, because she has completely turned things around, and it's still ongoing, because I'm not stopping. I'm not about to stop either. And I would never have put me down for anything like this. I really wouldn't. And I've seen my cardiologist, and my cardiologist is absolutely over the moon with me. You know, he said, in fact, he wrote to my doctor and he said, you know, Claire is now doing yoga, and I encourage her to continue with this. So it was doctor's advice, you know, cardiologist's advice and GP's advice to do yoga. And they are now encouraging me to continue to do it, which is fabulous, isn't it? Because it really is clearly good for your health. So yeah, I started on day 0. By the time I got to day 15, the physical changes that I saw myself was the skin on my chest. The skin on my chest was smooth. It was smoothing out. Now I have got a heavy chest. It's not massive. It's not the biggest chest in the world, but it's ample and it's quite heavy. You know, and gravity isn't in my favour at all. And also when you lie on your side and you create those creases in your chest. So these were the first signs, you know, that something good was happening, was these crinkles. I'm not saying I haven't got any at all, but honestly, it's anti-aged my chest. I can't believe how decent, you know, those lines are all but gone. I would have to force them in now. I would have to force them lines in, whereas they were really quite visible before that. My bum also, do you know, I had the saddest bum in the universe. I had to have had. It was, and I'll be honest with you, I would look at my bum. In fact, it was rare I would look at my bum, but when I did look at my bum, which I was quite obsessed with it towards coming up to yoga, because it was making me sad. It really was making me sad to look at it, because I thought, what the hell has happened to me? You know, it was flat. We're talking flat. If I wore a dress or anything like that, you know, my daughter said to me, Mum, you look as if you've got one long flat back. And it was a bit of a joke, but I didn't find it. You know, I would laugh, but inside I was sad. Even in jeans, you just couldn't see it. It was just literally just flat. There was no curve under the bum or anything like that. But in the first 15 days of doing yoga with Adrienne, the 30-day challenge, my bum started to change, and I think that is one of the things that really encouraged me to keep going. It really did, because that's how sad I felt about my bum. My love handles, I have big hips, but big love handles too, and I hated them. I couldn't dress them properly. They're getting better now. They've not completely gone, but it's as if I'm distributing my weight somehow, and maybe it's going to those hips and I'll go into my bum, sort of thing, because I've not lost weight as in lost weight, and I don't want to be skinny. I'm a woman, you know, I'm 53. I want to look like a woman. I don't want to look like a girl. But yeah, I feel as if it's distributing my weight evenly and less out of proportion, really. what I've got yeah, so it's redistributed sort of thing. Shoulders and arms toned. I saw my shoulders in the first 15 days. I saw my shoulders changing. I've even got a little dip somewhere that I think is really quite nice. I'm really proud of that little dip. So yeah, shoulders and arms toned, legs, core and balance and strength. So my legs, yeah, they've toned up. My core, the strength from my core, especially now on day 156, is fabulous. And I was saying to you the other week, I think on one of my hauls, maybe when I think it was my Primark haul where I got those lovely boots, I couldn't walk in high heels, but little did I know it was because of my core strength. Now I've strengthened my core, I can wear high heels now and walk with ease too, which is fabulous. And it's all about balance as well, I think. And so that, yeah, that brings me on to balance. My balance has improved, which is fabulous. And because I am off balance sometimes, and I'm not sure whether that, in fact, it's got to be the fibromyalgia, because that's how I started with fibromyalgia. That was one of my symptoms, was being off balance. I still have it. I did it yesterday in town with my son, and I had to lean on a car because I lost my balance. But overall, my balance has improved. It is really medicine, I think, yoga. I really do. Everyday aches and pains, I've talked about that. I've talked about the fibro pain. It's still there, but you're able to cope more with it because of the lack of the other everyday aches and pains. Yeah, I've already said about the cardiologist encouraging the continuation, and I am just reading these notes because I don't want to leave anything out. I really don't, because it is fabulous, and Adriene has really helped me, and doing that 30-day challenge, and that's how I began. And after that 30-day, I didn't want to stop. And it's that sense of calm, and and nobody's watching me. I'm by myself. I'll say I'm going to do my yoga now to whoever's in the house, and I'm just left to it with Adriene, and that's my time, so yeah, meditation. The meditation part of it, like I say, I thought, how the hell are you supposed to do meditation? I just didn't know. But she takes you into it. She'll take you to your posture, which is I'm going to call it Sukhasana, because I'm learning the lingo now as well. I think it's Sukhasana. So you sit in Sukhasana, or even lie down. The choice is yours. She'll tell you can have blankets and pillows, and on those days, you're getting a good chill out, because Adriene's gonna lead you into that perfect meditation, and you're comfortable with your throws and your cushions. And yeah, I have been known to cry during meditation. The first time I cried, I couldn't believe it. Like I say, you connect with your emotions and you let things go. She leads you to let things go and stuff, and believe me, I've got a lot to let go. I really have. And I was sat during one meditation session, and I didn't know, I didn't feel the cry there, like you get a pain in your throat and you're gonna cry. It's just tears were literally rolling down my cheeks, and I had to Google it. Can yoga make you cry? And it can, because it is about letting go. And yeah, it really does get you. Meditation, so you zone out as well. She'll take you somewhere, and I've got planes flying across the sky, and I've zoned out. I can't hear any of that. There's nothing that's irritating me. There's no noises that, I'm not like, I'm not concentrating on anybody drilling outside or next door or anything like that. I'm literally zoned out, and and I've gone inwards. And that really just invites peace. She gets you to set intentions for yourself. She, you know, she gets you to self-love. You know, she'll say, I am love, and I love. So yeah, it's absolutely lovely, and it's inviting that peace. Breath work. We do breath work, obviously, because that is part of yoga, and it's absolutely amazing. It really is. You would not believe how, you know, just expanding your lungs and treating your internal organs to some fresh oxygen, you know, and even your skin and stuff. The amount of people, guys, that I bump into in my town recently that have said, they literally, and they're quite surprised when they say it, and they're like, wow, you're looking really well, you know, and I just say thank you. And that's something else I'm learning to accept. Instead of me going, oh, not really, or, you know, I just say thank you. Because, yeah, honestly, it really does. It changes your mindset, it changes everything. But let's go back to the breath work. So it's relaxing, it's feeding your internal organs and skin with oxygen, it's nourishing your mind, your body and your soul. And yeah, I do love the breath work. There's many different types of breath work within yoga, and I'm learning that, you know, even up until that was up until 154, which was 2 days ago. We were doing certain breath work, and they've all got the names and stuff. I just don't remember them all, but I am learning that. Like I say, I am learning the lingo. I always have days off because I have no choice, you know, because I do suffer fibromyalgia. So there are days where I can't get to the mat, can't even be bothered to roll it out to meditate. You know, it's not that I can't be bothered, I just can't get the mat out. And Adriene always says, you know, the hardest part is showing up to the mat. Well, when you're poorly, you can't do it. So I don't do it, and I don't beat myself up over it either. But what I do find is that the nourishment of the previous practices settles into my body, and I can go to bed, you know, as one shape and wake up as a different shape. Now, that might sound unbelievable to you, but it's absolutely true. I said to my son, because my son now does yoga too, and I said to him, once you've done one practice, you feel as if you've had a massage all over your body, because you are doing gentle stretches, and you know, like I say, the 30-day challenge this year just eased you right into doing any of those incredible poses that you know, that I'm able to achieve today. I can't achieve them all, I really can't. It's not possible, but I do what I can, and I am getting better at it. So yeah, the days off, I find, allows the nourishment of your practices to settle in. And I think, yeah, I'm on this page now. It's made me more mindful of other people, more mindful of negativity. I've got a lot of positive energy now, a lot more positive energy. Being able to let things go past and present, that's enabled me to see things. You see, I don't just practice yoga with Adriene, I do listen to healers as well. I follow a healer on YouTube and TikTok, and he's called Adriene Samui, and he's fabulous. So yeah, I do a lot of mind work as well, but yoga, I think, for me is the best. I also follow, what's her name, I will put her name up because she's fabulous too. She's a lovely lady. Some of the things that I found, you know, I've just said that it's made me feel more positive, and some of the things that I found, I started singing. not not professionally, I just mean suddenly, you know, I would be in the kitchen and I could be singing about going in the cupboard for the washing up liquid, and I thought, what Seriously, all the jobs that I'm going to do next, but I'm singing it, and I'm singing it out loud, and you know, that can only be a good thing. I'm not sure for everybody else in the house, but it's good for me, because have you ever had a good sing? It's like having a scream. It really is. It's like screaming, where you release a lot of stuff. Have a good sing. It really does do you good. It really does. And I started singing, like I say, even about a tube of toothpaste. Why not? Mentally, it says mentally able to manage exterior problems and negative energies, and I am, but there is some negative energies that I can't tolerate, so I have to send it away, and that's what's been happening. You know, I've been cleansing, you know, those around me too, which again, that can only be a good thing, can't it? That's not to say that I don't love those people. I do love those people. I just can't absorb what they put out. Fibromyalgia, I'm just going to go back to that. I know I keep mentioning it, but it's my life. You know, somebody described it as being a radio. You know, when you have a flare, it's the volume that's turned up, but it's always there in the background, even when the volume's down. And it is. It's my everyday life. Fibromyalgia is. It makes me very tense. I don't know about anybody else that has fibromyalgia, but it's like a concertina into myself. And if I find it's not stopped it, it's helped it. But if I find that I'm screwed up because of the fibromyalgia, then I do breath work. And I find that helps. But the yoga definitely does help with it. It really does. I didn't want to find any more excuses not to do something for myself, and especially because I was thinking, because I was so sedentary, because I suffer a lot, because I'm on the settee a lot, or in bed a lot, you know what, I thought I can't, because one of these days, you know, all this stagnation is going to settle, and it's going to be disease inside me, and that's what scared me. It really did. So I'm going to show you my board. I keep a board because you do your 30 days challenge with Adriene, and what happened with me, because this is very long-winded, so here's what happened. I discovered all what I've just told you, and it inspired me to carry on. But what Adriene does, because she's fantastic, and not only that, she's a very astute businesswoman, which I really like about her, is she sets programs then. She set program for February, March, April, May, June, July, and throughout the year you get a month. I'm going to show you my board. You get a month, it's like a little diary really. You get a month planner. The best thing about Yoga with Adriene is that you never know what you're going to do the next day, because it's always different. So yeah, I print my planner off and I write on my planner. So when I've done those days, I write my days on, you know, so I'm at 156. I haven't written that on today. I write my days on. I'm just going to show you. And then I write about what the practice was and what it did for me, how it felt, you know, for as much as I can in those little, these are all the practices I've done already. I didn't have my, January's not on there because I didn't know this was going to become a thing. I was just doing a 30-day challenge. But, you know, those are all that I've done, and each month has a different name. So January's was Centre. That was the 30-day challenge. February was Align. See, can you see? You get your different. You've got Motivate for March. Root for April. So you're rooting down. You've got Bloom for May. Love for June. Expand for July. I'm a month behind because, like I said, I didn't start until February, so I'm on August now. But behind there is September waiting for me. And like I say, you never know what you're going to get every day. It's different, which is fabulous, because you don't get into a boring state where you think, oh, I can't be bothered doing that today. You just don't know what you're going to be doing today. And so, you know, it makes you eager. I really am. It's the only exercise that I have ever looked forward to. Every day I look forward to it. I really do. And like I say, I set my alarm because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss a practice, and you know, every day is different. So yeah, I just write on there on, you know, what the practice was like, and I mark my days down. When I got to July, I've now started picking and choosing rather than follow the everyday program, because sometimes I feel like, well, my body needs less today, or sometimes my body needs more today. So I pick and choose, but I always write my numbers on what day we're on, and I always write. It's like keeping a little diary of it, because that's the way it works for me. You know, for anybody that's even considering yoga, I really would encourage you to give it a go. Just go over to Yoga with Adriene, and I will link her channel down below in the description box. Go over to her channel and give her a look. Listen to her voice. It's beautiful. She is absolutely gorgeous. She really is. She's a beautiful person outside and in. I can't get that pin in there now, so I'll just put it there and we'll say no more about it. Yeah, so if you are considering doing anything like, I know this has gone on, but I really did want to get my point across, and I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, I'll link Adriene's channel down below, and if you are interested in doing anything like that, give her a little look, because to me she's absolutely perfect. And I can't, you know, I don't even want to look at anybody else's. I tell you what I do though, I do love to watch Yoga Flow. I look on Instagram and I follow yoga, you know, different people doing yoga, but watching, you know, I'm going to say professionals, watching really good yogis do their practice when they're in a flow, and it's such a beautiful thing to watch. It really is, and it's such a beautiful thing to do too. And yeah, thank you for your time today. I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing this to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up and click the sub button. It would be lovely to have you join the channel. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday now. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.